chime in right here. I know you were talking about a lot of idle time that year you were injured, and
Oh, yeah.
just knowing your story as far as like stuff you've been involved with post playing career.
Yep.
I've spoken at different points about points in your life where you've dealt with substance abuse.
Yep.
Was that idle time contributing to that at all? Because you introduced to like an NFL lifestyle. You're in the midst of a little bit more.
Yep.
Obviously, you got a couple more zeros in your bank account.
Right.
So was that something that picked up in the NFL, or was it prior to?
It was prior to, but it didn't get bad because you're still busy, you're still doing things, and that habit haven't really formed into a lifestyle yet.
Mm-hmm.
It can still kind of be broken and take gaps in between, right? But once you got that idle time, because there's something that kind of stops you from being excessive with it. Whether I got to get up in the morning for this job, or I got this meeting, or this interview, there's something that happens that makes you kind of force you to slow down in life. Well, when you're already getting paid and you don't have to show up, like there's nobody telling you that like you have to stop, bruh, it's hard to just kind of tell yourself, I don't have to do this. Especially when you're already doing things. I'm still going to get my treatments. I'm still going to get all these things. And so that lifestyle of drinking a lot picked up because, it was like 6-7 of us who was on injured reserve. But it's like week 6-7. There's a whole season left. Still 10-15 games left. And so it's like, what do you do? So we would just drink, play video games, smoke, do whatever, just to feel good for the moment. And that would continue every day because every day we didn't feel good because we was on injury reserve, not playing a game we love. And so us in that little community that we had, bro, we would use the substances just to feel better, and we had time to do it, and we had money to do it. So that's when it picked up more and started becoming a problem when you got that time on your hands and you're still getting paid. It's different when you got time and they getting paid. Okay, I know I got to start working because I'm broke. I can't even afford no bottle right now because I'm broke. But when you got it and you can get it, bro, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go do what I want because I can, and I got time to do it. So that's when it got bad, bro. Yeah, that's when it got bad for sure.
And I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you in Green Bay,
no disrespect, but
that just kind of straight for no reason. And that kind of leads me into one of my questions too as well, where when people are in that type of lifestyle and they are, I'll just say they're there. It's sometimes, and I'll just say just from professional experience and just, people I've talked to, it is usually something that triggers for them because so many people tell you like, hey, you should do this. And they're saying this might be better for your life. But I'm just curious for the people who are listening, what was the thing for you where you're like, all right, I need to try sobriety? What is that? What was your why to like, I have to stop this?
Bro, I hit rock bottom. Right? Like life became unmanageable. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's things that happen to us that make us question, why am I doing this? And why should I stop doing this or continue? Mm-hmm. And I always had my why I should continue because it made me feel better when I was doing it.
Yeah.
My reason of why I should stop is because life just became unmanageable. And when you look up one day and you see like, bro, I done burnt relationships, bridges, opportunities, and I have no hope. That's when it's like, what am I really doing? And I never forget, I was in my car, I was off PAL. And I'm people watching, like I like to do, right? And I'm people watching, and I remember thinking to myself, how did I go third round, 96 overall, to the Green Bay Packers, Lambeau Leap, taking handoffs from Aaron Rodgers, scoring touchdowns, right? 100,000, 105,000 people screaming my name, a line outside 2 blocks away to get my autograph for a picture, and I'm in my car wanting to be out of this earth. How did I get to that point? And so I started replaying that in my head, and I started looking at all the things that I was doing, and I'm like, bro, I can't live like this no more. I got to find a way to get help. And so I made a phone call to my program manager. Shout out to Lachey Davis. And she was like, look, we're going to send you to Jacksonville, Florida for 45 days to go get help, And once she finally convinced me to do it, because I was still fighting against the grain, once she finally convinced me to do it, bro, I went in there, and on day 3, I remember crying with my head against the wall in a room with no phone, no TVs, no windows. And I told myself I would never go back to what that was like, to what that feeling of hopelessness was like. I don't care how bad it get. I don't care what the bank account number looked like.
Yeah.
I don't care about relationships I can't repair. I don't care what opportunities that I can't get back. I would never go back on a personal level to feeling hopeless no more, where I don't have no fight in me no more. And once I made that decision, bro, life started to get better while I was in treatment, right? Because I had that hope back and that fight back. And I told myself, bro, I'm not going back, and I didn't. And so once I got out, man, that's when I started my nonprofit foundation, Dream and Believe Foundation, dropped a children's book, right? Dream and Believe, AJ Wants to Play Football.
Hey.
Got my personal trainer certificate, right?
Hey.
Started motivational speaking and coaching and being that person that I knew I could be because I had that fight and I found that hope back, you know? And so it was hard, bro. But once I got that back after hitting bottom, that's when I seen, bro, I would never go back to this again. I don't care if I don't get drafted again third round, because when I got that hope back, bro, I went first round and number 1 overall. You know what I'm saying? I went number 1 overall, and that's something that can't be taken from me.
And let's just say this. I'm just glad that you're saying it, because in so many different ways, you know, I say that on a day-to-day basis, like hopelessness. And I think it's hard for people to like to quantify when it comes to depression and everything.
Right.
Before we're like, you know, growing up, like, you know, pick yourself up. You got this.
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand how heavy that is. And
Yeah.
that's why I kind of wanted to like really walk us down to like, you know, switching the table around. New life different, new responsibilities,
Yep.
stepping into manhood. And I think a lot of people do not understand how difficult that can be. We see the glitz and the glam, but we actually don't see what it takes to actually stand tall.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to that, I'll just say that, you know, the things that, let's just say this, it's just empowering to like really hear that, not letting those things define you anymore, because it's like that monster where you're engulfed by like, I'm not enough. And it's like that, when you refine it again, it's just a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's
No,
such a
lovely.
beautiful thing.
It's lovely. Let me put this in perspective for you, right? So you get drafted, you live in your life, right? You go from Green Bay, you go to New York, you know, you go to Canada. I was in LA and Texas, living there for a little bit, in Florida. You go in these places, you're not really at home, right? You're not really back where you from yet. You go back to where you from, and when you step outside to go to a gas station or to a bar or a club, right? You go to an event, you go to eat dinner, people know who you are, and they respect what you do, you know? And so it's, oh, hey, Alex Green, this and this, and I'm proud of you, bro. Well, that's a certain type of pressure that pits on you. And I had that pressure because I wasn't living that way. You feel what I'm saying? I was putting stuff in my body that was destroying me, but I see this dude or this kid or this family who look up to me. And there was a certain stigma that I thought, I say thought because it's not true, I thought I had to live up to as an ex-NFL athlete, especially in a small city to where there's not an NFL team here. So we don't see a lot of ex-NFL players. We see NBAs, but we don't know what that looks like in real life. Yeah. We just sit on the TV, right? So we think, oh, he got to drive this. He got to live here. This is what he should be doing. And when he goes to the club, he got to have all the bottles. He got to be standing on top of the table. When he actually going to dinner, bro, he's shutting it down. That's what the stigma is, right? And so when I'm trying to live up to that and withhold that, bro, that's when that mental health stuff started coming in effect, right? Now it's depression, anxiety, right? That sense of hopelessness. Yeah. Nobody understand me. I'm alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, who can I talk to for gonna understand that? Because nobody else played in the league. So who do I go to? You know, and so having that in the black community in the city, looking at you, where it's like, what are you gonna do next? What you doing now, bro? It put me in a dark depression because who did I go to? I couldn't ask this person for a loan because you was in the league. What you mean you need money? I couldn't ask this person for an opportunity because, well, why you want to go here and do this job when you can do this and this? I wasn't there mentally. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't aligned with myself yet. So I couldn't be in that space. I wasn't there, but I couldn't tell you that I wasn't there. So I wouldn't even ask you for the help and support because I didn't want you to see the real me. Right? Because my whole life when I was playing that game, I had a helmet on. But now that helmet's off, and now you got to see me. Yeah. And it's hard when you got to see me, bro, and there's nothing for me to give you to look at. So once I started getting aligned and got that stuff out of me and got the help and support, now I can be here without a helmet on, bro, and you can see me, and I like what you see. I like what I give off, and now I can receive your love, and I can give the love. You know, but that perspective of being in the city, bro, and have to obtain or think I have to obtain to these certain means, bro, put me in a deep depression. Today, bro, I don't care, like, what people think and stuff, because they're going to see me and have a conversation with me. They're going to be like, dang, bro, that dude made me feel a certain way. I fool with that heavy. You know, and because I got me to give. I don't care what I got on. You know, shape on the time. I talk all the time. Like, yo, how you looking at us? Look, as long as you're comfortable. Don't you feel good? Because I wear the clothes. The clothes don't wear me.
I'm
Whoever I am, I'm bringing that person to your space, and that person gonna have the Benz, the mansion. You know what I'm saying? The $100 million in the pocket. That person got that up here and in here in my heart. Like I'm rich in life. You know, I'm rich in like family. I'm rich in like my integrity. You know, I'm rich in my discipline. Like I'm rich in my pursuit towards success. Like I'm rich in that. Like I'm wealthy in that. I'm rich in my kids. You know, and so what's in me, bro, is so radiant that you gotta see it.
Yes.
So I ain't gotta have no flashy stuff on, bro, because you're gonna see me shine anyway.
Yes.
Come on.
All right, talk to him.
Yeah.
Hey, AG, let me ask